Institute of Chartered Accountants seeks support of Osrc Media Group in public sensitization on economic policies. Commuters escaped abduction as gunmen launched attack on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. And on the foreign scene, award-winning nurse saves school passengers aboard Indian flights. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news. I am Oyewumi Ayinigbara. The police in Ondo State have paraded a 64-year-old man, Joseph Ojo, for setting ablaze 5 of his stepchildren. Out of the children, 1 died instantly in that inferno, while 4 were rescued and taken to Ondo General Hospital. OSRC's Said Arabisala has more.
The action of 64-year-old Mr. Ojo Joseph, who allegedly set ablaze his stepchildren in Ondo City, has since gone viral. The suspect, who is now in police custody, was said to have burnt his 5 stepchildren in the Fagun Crescent area of Ondo City following an altercation with his wife, who is their mother. 3 of the children have died, while the remaining 2 are in critical condition. Parading the suspect, Ondo State Police Public Relations Officer Fumilayo Odunlami said the man claimed he was provoked into taking the action.
Interrogated, he confessed to have committed the crime, and he claimed it was because he was angry with his wife, that they've been having issues, and most times the children support their mother against him. And the last time they had an issue, he gave the woman 600 naira for feeding. So the woman became angry, asking him what 600 naira could do, and the children also supported their mother against him. So the man, out of anger, felt he had it up to a stage where he couldn't handle it again, and he tried to take laws into his hands.
Mr. Ojo, who confessed to the crime, said the children always took side with their mother whenever they both quarrel.
When me and their mother get a quarrel, then we try to support their mother. So that's why. The woman and the children, and they offered me together that day. I think I take the matter, go woman rights and then call him.
Apart from the suspect, 4 other persons were put up for parade by the police. 3 of them a suspected member of the court group, while 1 is an ex-convict who specializes in car theft.
We also have a case of cultists that we arrested. They had the intention of going on a retaliatory attack, but the police got wind of it, and our SWAT men were able to quickly work on it. We also have a young man of about 35 years whom we recovered a stolen vehicle. A vehicle was stolen 2 months ago around Futa North Gate area at gunpoint. Through intelligence gathering of our men, we were able to trace the vehicle to Abuja.
The police said the suspect will be prosecuted upon completion of investigation. Sahid Arabisala, OSRC News.
Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC Abdul Rashid Bawa said he has appealed to the contempt of court ruling by an FCT court on him. It will be recorded that Justice Shizoba Oji of the FCT High Court in ruling held that Bawa disobeyed court order made on November 21, 2018, where it directed the commission to return a Range Rover and the sum of 40 million naira to an applicant. The court, which viewed it as willful disobedience, held that Bawa should be committed to Kuje Correctional Center, Abuja. But reacting to a question by journalists during the 2023 budget defense with the House of Representatives Committee on Anti-Corruption, Bawa said he has filed an appeal saying the law should be allowed to take its natural course. The need to embrace personal finance and safety by government institutions and individuals has been brought to the fore towards assisting Nigerians in turning economic woes to personal gains. The charge was given by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, Akure, and District Society, led by its 28th chairman, Mr. Omomofe Akintunde, during a courtesy visit to the OSRC Media Group in Akure. OSRC's Flora Iwaya reports that the ICAN chairman, lauded the management of the media group for its exceptional managerial work and expressed joy at the level of honor accorded the visit.
The visit of ICANN, Akure District and Society to the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC Media Group, is coming at a time tongues are wagging on Nigeria's dwindling economy and the recent Naira redesign policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. Chairman of ICANN, Akure District and Society, Omomofe Akintunde, sought the assistance of OSRC in sensitizing the populace and government at all levels to build resilient sub-national economy to salvage the current economic crunch in the nation.
We have Akure District Society fully represented here today as an outpost of ICANN. So the message is the message of our president, the 50th president, Madam Tijani Issa, to look at how much we can do internally and locally here to help for nation building.
He emphasized that the visit became imperative by the need to raise effective awareness and proper education of the public on how to react to government economic policies.
Your media organization is a platform to be able to reach people and help greatly for empowerment, for not just accounting education at the level of macros, but providing finance education at the level of personal finance, which essentially is what we thought we can bring to the table, that ultimately it brings about nation building. Because when people have the right information and they have the right skills at the simplest level, of how they need to also manage their finance, then they are better comforted and stable and secure.
The chairman, OSRC Media Group, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, commended ICANN for working to ameliorate the hardship of citizens while also challenging ICANN members to intervene in the informal sector of finance at the macro level.
One of the things we have tried to do is to seek wherever help can come from, particularly from men of knowledge in their profession, to ensure that our system of financial integrity is what we can boast of. And so, when I look at what my accountants have done here since we came, and when I came here, I'm sure many of them felt that this man likes meetings so much, because we could sit down here in meetings, and I like to take things one at a step, and we must resolve all of them.
Adebayo charged ICANN to increase its intervention in advocacy on public finance integrity, not just at policy level, but for the members of the public towards achieving positive results.
Your advocacy is well thought out and needed. And that's because one of the problems in this country today is that there is a whole gap between leadership and the people that is being led. For one simple reason, there is a huge deficit gap of trust between the people and the government. And this is caused because many things government does, whether with the best of intentions, they are shrouded in mystery, they are shrouded in great silence and secrecy. And the business of public sector governance is people must know.
The chairman, OSRC Media Group, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, other members of the top management took the visitors round OSRC facility to see the level of work being done, especially the new studio setup for Orange 94.5 FM and Sunshine 96.5 FM at Lalaye. Flora Iwanya, OSRC News.
The National Council for Women Societies has urged the National Assembly to review the proposed 2023 budget, adding that the budget did not provide adequate resources for women's economic empowerment. National President of the NCWS, Lami Lau, made a call at a press conference on the proposed budgetary allocation for women's economic empowerment held in Abuja. She said the issue of concern was the poor funding and low priority given to women's economic empowerment in the 2023 proposed budget estimates presented by President Muhammadu Buhari on October 7, 2022. In a speech, Lau noted that women empowerment allocation had dropped by 56% from an allocation of 103 billion naira in 2022 to only 58 billion naira in the proposed 2023 budget. And Chairman, Senate Committee on Local and Foreign Debts, Ifeanyi Ararume, has slammed a 100 billion suit on President Muhammadu Buhari at the Federal High Court in Abuja over alleged unlawful removal of his name as a non-executive chairman of the newly incorporated Nigerian National Petroleum Company. He is demanding such claims from the federal government as damages that cost him in the alleged unlawful and unconstitutional ways and manners he was removed as the NNPC chief after using his name to incorporate the entity. The suit obtained by journalists was instituted on his behalf by 7 senior advocates of Nigeria, comprising Chief Chris Uche, Ahmed Raji, Mahmood Magaji, Ogu James Onoka, KC Nwafo, and Godi Uche. Ararume in the suit was asking the courts to determine whether, by the interpretation of Section 63, Subsection 3 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, the president can lawfully remove him as non-executive chairman of the NNPC for any reason outside the provisions of the law. The Federal Executive Council has approved a contract for the construction of a new office block and parking lot worth over 14 billion naira for the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS). Minister of State for Budget and National Planning Clement Agba disclosed this after the council meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Oshibajo at the State House. Ogba told State House correspondents that the construction of the 12-story building would save FIRS 4 billion naira annual rent and decongest traffic along Awolowo Road. The council also approved the creation of a database of the National Capital Project Information System of Government to track the growing abandoned and uncompleted projects across the country, particularly in the last 5 years, which drains national funds. Meanwhile, the Minister of Agriculture, Mohammed Abubakar, has stated that the government is working to decrease the inflation rate primarily through subsidizing fertilizer, improving production, and preventing smuggling, among other strategies. He again debunked claims that the nation would experience a food shortage in 2023. The traditional burial rites for the late Mama Grace Akeredolu, mother of Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, has been held in our headquarters of our local government area of the state. The ceremony, tagged Ajbue, was used to honor the late non-Nigerian as well-wishers joined family members to dance across notable streets in the ancient town. The rites was led by Professor Oluwole Akeredolu and Mr. Femi Akeredolu, as well as some members of the State Executive Council, including Mr. Dari Aragbaye and Chief Olugbenga Ali. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole completes the story.
The ancient town of Owo, headquarters of our local government area of Ondo State, was agog as some members of the State Executive Council joined the Akeredolu family, led by Professor Oluwole Akeredolu and the last child of the family, Mr. Femi Akeredolu, for the traditional burial rites of Mama Grace Akeredolu, mother of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. The traditional burial rites, which also involved well-wishers and non-indigenous of Ondo State, took off from the popular Okeogun area at about 11 o'clock in the morning through major streets such as Aruwajoye, Uka, Enyogbe, Ora, Iloro, Imola, and Igbanasa Ijebu-Owo. The event also took the people through Mobi Roundabout, Oludasa, First Bank Axis, as well as Igboroko, and it climaxed at Jacob and Grace Garden, Okeogun, at about 2:30 in the afternoon. Speaking with OSRC, the Chief of Staff to Governor Akeredolu, Olugbenga Ali, and the immediate younger brother of the governor, Professor Oluwole Akeredolu, thanked the people of the ancient town for the show of love and support, describing the experience as unique.
Good for one to be survived by good children. That's what I've seen today. You can see the entire community coming out to celebrate our late mother. This is the traditional rites which symbolizes the real burial in our tradition. So today, everybody, including the young and the old, the male and the female, man and woman, everybody, even non-indigenous, the Ibiras, the Igbos, all of them are out today to celebrate our mother. It's a good thing for us and we are happy.
It shows the love that people have for our mother and the family in general. And I want to sincerely appreciate our people for what they have done, for coming out en masse to relate with us, to follow us, to dance with us, to do everything with us.
The burial ceremony continues in Ibadan on Thursday with service of songs at St. Matthias Anglican Church, Orogun, and Jacob and Grace Chapel at Ido-Iruwa. From Owo, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
The 90 years journey of late Mama Grace Akeredolu, mother of Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, on earth like every other woman was lived in phases. For Lady Evangelist Grace Akeredolu, those moments left indelible impacts in the lives of many who crossed her path, a testimony shared by her children and relatives who described her as an exemplary mother. In this report, Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole again takes a look at some evergreen memories shared by Mama Grace Akeredolu with our relative.
Life, they say, has several stages, and for Mama Lady Evangelist Grace Akeredolu, she went through a number of stages in life in her 90 years journey. And with me here to actually take a look at some of the journey of Mama during her lifetime is one of the children, and he will be able to actually tell us how Mama was able to traverse the length and breadth of this world before departing at the age of 90. Yes, sir, you are...
My name is Mr. Akeredolu. Yeah, Mama's last one.
Okay, and we can see a number of pictures here depicting the journey of Mama Grace Akeredolu. Yes. We just bring us to speed as some of this journey, beginning from this particular one. This is catching our attention.
Yes, our journey started with then Reverend Jeola Akeredolu from Owo, where they got married in Owo. And it was actually a glorious time for them getting married at that period. And I know that, well, I might not be privy to a lot of things there then, but I know that some people that had the information know my grandmother, Madam Selina Tisolo, who is the one here, was part of the wedding. Now, so she started her life there, and it built up to when they had first set of children, 6. You can see I'm not in the picture. Okay. I was the last one. Okay. This is my immediate elder sister, who is now Chief Justice. Okay.
Okay, tell us more about those who are here.
Okay. Well, you can see the tall man here. That's Mr. Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, who is Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, the present governor of Ondo State.
Okay.
Then this is Professor Oluwole Akeredolu. Okay. He's not in the country right now, but this is Professor Oluwole Akeredolu. This is Pastor Kola Akeredolu, who is the third child. This is Oluwatoyin Akeredolu, who used to call her Big Mommy. The one behind all the food that you see outside there. Okay. This is Dr. Mudupe Adeyinka. Dr. Mudupe Adeyinka traveled this morning back to Abuja. She's a doctor and she's the 5th child of Mama. And this is Justice Olubukola Olajuwon. She's married to another Juwon now, Justice Olubukola Olajuwon. She's the Chief Justice. Launching of the Law Hub. Okay. We all came together to launch the whole event. You can see Mama beside him. He's the one standing there. This is his wife. These are their children. This is Dr. Teni Akeredolu. This is Barrister Akeredolu. think Babajide and Junior was not around, but all the others you're seeing around are Mama's grandchildren. This was the attire my father wore for his wedding.
The attire?
Yes, this dress was what our father wore for Aketi's wedding. And that was what he took over and keep wearing any time any one of us wants to get married. And that's how life kept going on. We kept going on with Mama. This was when, before, this one there, that before building the law, Aketi became son. This was in Abuja when Aketi became son. The senior president of Nigeria. Yes.
Okay, this one we are saying is when Mr. Governor became senior advocate of Nigeria many years ago. And you can see Mama here standing side by side with him to actually wait him very well. Okay, this particular picture.
Yes, that is.
Oh wow!
You can see that it's the same attire that is wearing here.
Okay,
so it was the day Aketi got married in church, St. Anne's Church. That was what it was. That was the picture that was taken.
Okay, this is the late father of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu when Mr. Governor was getting married.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, how about this one? Mama was receiving an award here.
Yes, actually, Mama was just after her service in the Anglican Church as a lay reader, because I knew as a lay reader, even the start, he wrote pastors from various Anglican Church. Yes, and you can see her there. Lay reader, yes. Okay. Yes, that was when Mama, after service, received the award.
Well, as you can see, it's always very good when taking collections, and for Mama Grace Akeredolu, all the pictures that you are seeing here are stages that she went through in life in her 90-year journey. This was when
60th.
Okay, this was at 60th birthday, and this was 70th birthday, and 80th birthday. Okay, all right, thank you very much, and you have seen it all, and these are the stages that Mama passed through, when she was with us in the 90-year journey. Wahab, Bamkwali, West Australians.
Now we'll go on a quick break. When we return, we bring you more stories. Please stay with us.
From our sight, but never from our hearts.
Till we meet, till we meet.
With gratitude to God for a life well spent, Osrc Media Group commiserates with the Akeredolu family on the passing on to glory of their loving mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, Lady Evangelist Grace Bosede Akeredolu JP, who left this sinful world at the age of 90. Burial arrangements. Thursday, November 10, 2022. Service of songs at St. Matthias Anglican Church, Orogun Ibadan, and Jacob and Grace Chapel of the All Saints Church, Ido, Eruwa Road, Ibadan by 4 p.m. Friday, November 11, 2022. Commendation service at St. Anne's Anglican Church, Mulete, Ibadan at 9 a.m. Service of songs holds same day at St. Andrew's Cathedral, Imola Street, Owo at 4 p.m. On the same Friday, Christian Wake at Jacob and Grace Garden, opposite Imade College, Okeogun, Owo. Saturday, November 12, 2022 at 10 a.m. Burial service holds at St. Andrew's Cathedral, Imola Street, Owo. Interment follows immediately. Entertainment of guests holds at Midas Hotel and Resort, Ikare Road, Owo. May flight of angels sing thee to thy rest. Amen. Osrc Media Group announcer.
Till we meet at Jesus' feet.
Glad to have you back. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook OSRC TV Ondo, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Gunmen dressed in military uniforms reportedly attacked commuters traveling on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on Tuesday. The gunmen, suspected to be kidnappers, stormed the road from the bush before the Shagamu interchange en route Lagos and started shooting at motorists in the 18-passenger interstate bus. According to one of the victims, the passengers were only lucky to escape the gunmen, but many of them have been injured by the bullets. while their bus was badly damaged. It was gathered that a joint patrol team of police officers from Ogun and Oyo State arrived at the scene later. Meanwhile, scores of supporters of People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar were injured when hoodlums attacked the convoy of the presidential hopeful in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. It was gathered that Atiku's convoy was attacked just as he left the palace of Shehu of Borno to Ramat Square, venue of the presidential rally. The injured persons have since been rushed to the hospitals in the state capital. Minutes before the presidential candidates took to the stage, the spokesperson for Atiku's campaign council, Dilo Minaye, announced that the convoy of the campaign council was attacked and about 174 supporters were injured in the process, while over 100 vehicles in the convoy were vandalized. Atiku, while addressing thousands of supporters later on, sympathized with the injured and said no amount of intimidation can stop the PDP from succeeding the 2023 general elections. And now to the foreign scene. An Indian nurse who was traveling to be honored for her work has been praised for saving the life of a co-passenger on a flight. Jeta P was traveling from the southern state of Kerala to national capital Delhi to attend a felicitation function for winners of the Florence Nightingale Award for nurses. But 30 minutes after the plane took off, the cabin crew announced Soman, a soldier on his way to Indian-administered Kashmir, had collapsed in his seat and showed no signs of a pulse. After the CPR, there were some signs of a pulse as the flight crew had 2 bottles of IV fluids. Another doctor on the flight, Prem Kumar, who had also rushed to help, quickly applied a cannula to the patient. As the plane landed in Delhi, a medical team rushed Soman to a hospital where he is recovering. And with that story from the foreign scene, we conclude the news tonight. But before we go, a quick look at the top stories. We told you in the news that the police in Ondo State had paraded a 64-year-old man, Joseph Ojo, for setting ablaze 5 of his stepchildren. Mr. Ojo, who confessed to the crime, said the children always take side with their mother whenever they both quarrel. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, has sought the support of Osrc Media Group in public sensitization on economic policies. Chairman, Akure District and Society, Aketunde Omomofe, craved the support, dividing a visit to the media group. Some commuters have escaped abductions on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway as gunmen launched an attack on the vehicle conveying them. However, many of the commuters were injured in the attack. And that's the news tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Good evening.